Hello. Let's see how well we're going to be able to make a video this time. So I got a new microphone and then some new locks, and let's see if we actually get them open in due time. So this is the ABUS 7240. I bought it because it has a removable core and it might make a good challenge lock in the future. Now if you start to fiddle around with the core first, you can see that there's quite a lot of slop in the core, so I'm expecting we're going to see some spools in there, and just as proof that it's actually mine, it works perfectly, and we have ball bearings and we have a Phillips to get it open. But hey, let's try to pick it on camera, and then if we're able to do that, then also get that got it also on video, and then we'll see if we actually have a lot of spools or just a couple tricky ones. Either or, the first two pins are really high ones, or you need to raise them very high. I've picked this thing once, twice off camera, so that it might be a bit faster to get it here, so people don't have to look at me fiddling around too much on it. But everybody knows that when you get the camera ongoing, things tend to get a bit more difficult for you. Okay, so I think we have one. Okay, and then we have two. I think that's two. It's 1, 2, 3. There we go. Click out of him. 4, 5. Okay. Who do we have next? And this is the fun part, playing around with the spools. I can feel them kind of go and drop every now and then. Definitely spools. Let's take our time a bit more. Do we now have the front two ones in? No. Okay, who is holding us? Let's see. Okay, maybe not that guy. Okay, got a bit of a false set there. Not yet open. It kind of seems to have a rather strong spring for the core, but you can see it kind of flop open, and then you just need to kind of go over the spring tension. So okay. There we go. So a lot of spool play, but we got it open. And yeah, maybe not the best cut in the world, but at least it is an open. Let's see if we're able to then. Okay, that doesn't fit all the way. We need to improvise. Let's get quickly a tool. Okay, well, first tool I could find seems to be a multi-tool, a bicycle multi-tool. So let's see, not the best one for the job, gets kind of stuck every now and then. Hey, maybe. It seems to work. Not yet, not yet. There we go. So there we have the insides. Looks rather neat. Nothing special to note about that one. Then let's see, we have the core. It's actually kind of a fun looking core. And reason being that it kind of reminds you of the SFIC cores, but it's not one. But okay, let's see then. Let's see if we're able to get the clip off. Does it come off easy or very hard? Okay, something in between. That'll be fine for me. Take it. Okay, and drop the C-clip. There we go. And the pins are aligned a bit like that. And let's see, hopefully we have a okay size follower. There seems to be a quite large gap. I don't have a shim. Can I use a piece of paper? Well, let's see. That doesn't seem to work as expected. But I guess we'll very soon and quickly see if the pins actually drop into that groove or not. it seems like we are good so far. Let's then drop these guys out. So all of these guys at least are standard, and they have no serrations, no nothing on them. Let's take a little closer look. So just very short ones, two very long ones, two in the middle. But yeah, if they had serrations in them, they would be a lot more difficult. Let's take a look on what we find inside here. And good question is which way around these were. So we got one standard, and then we got spool, actually quite tight springs, second spool, third, fourth, I'm guessing the fifth is as well. Yes. So, or sixth number. There we go. That's empty. Very, very tight springs. You can hear them really snap when taking it off. And kind of funnily placed there. They're not like you would expect them to be lined in a 90-degree angle there, but they're a bit offset like that. But that's it. So what we find here, let's put that there so it's easy to get it back open or together. So we get one standard and the rest are spools, so that's why we get quite a lot of flop in it. I'd say that it is actually rather easy because of the spools. They are not too difficult. I might want to put them maybe in a bit different order, and a serration at least for me would have made things a lot more difficult. I'm not good with serrated. And but hey, let's put them back in. So this one was all the way into the core because the bolt is there. So that's the last one. And I think let's put them into this order. I want the first one to be the standard, just for the reason that I think it should have been that way if it wasn't. And this is always the very much not as fun part as you would expect. Trying not to break the springs, trying to actually see inside the lock at the same time as pushing things downward. Okay, I think we got one. Yeah, it's awful for you guys trying to see a thing. But trust me, it is also hard for me to try to see a thing. Okay, 2. So yeah, it gets easier once you've kind of played around with the core a couple of times. There we go. I think the first ones are always the toughest, and then the later ones, of course, you can see them a bit better as well. So, and you kind of start to trust. So you can basically, let's see if it, there you can see. So you basically clamp the spool kind of wrongly into the core, and that helps. And then you can use the pliers to push down a bit backwards and then back up. That works for me, and I'll take it. And then the last one. So this could be the more difficult one because, well, can't clamp it. Can we? No. Yes, we can clamp it. It just takes a bit more finesse. There we go. That's back. Then we need the key to check out that everything is in order. Much easier to double check at this point than having to pick everything open a bit later. Ta-da. There we go. That's all nice and ready. And it seems like everything went as expected last time around, so let's just start pushing. There's one kind of for the C clip, there's a small pin there, so let's not use that. And then anything like this should be good to go. There we are. And let's close it. Then we get the C clip. Okay. over there. We use proper tools when you can use something that's not meant for the job, right? Turn it a bit. We didn't get the clip into its hole. There we go. Test that everything's working. Something turned a bit more rough, I think. Not too rough, everything's fine. Okay, and then we can place this guy back like this, and because now it's still easy to test if we actually get everything working. So yes, we do, and we can screw this one back in there. But there you go. We have the ABUS 7240, and I think this one will make a interesting challenge lock. The reason being that it's actually quite light. It has a good amount of spools already in it, and I think the only modifications you need to make are some serrations, and then it will already be a good lock for a challenge lock. So there we go.